YouTube, it's your buddy Key here, and today we're going to talk about if you should start on a 600cc motorcycle. Yeah! Y'all want to be on camera? Yeah? So I guess we could start with my story. I originally started on a Kawasaki Z400. Incredible motorcycle. Long story short, I sold that bike to purchase the Kawasaki 636, which is what I ride now. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of the video. You got a few things that you need to understand about motorcycles entirely. That's throttle control, the clutch, and your cornering ability. And then of course you gotta learn counter steering too. Let's say that you get your throttle response down, but you don't have your cornering down. Imagine you're like, oh yeah, I got this ain't nothing. You go into a corner, before you know it, you low side a crash because you scared to actually lean the bike, you know? So that's why learning every technique of everyday riding is so important, because you're going to be using those techniques every day simultaneously. That's what I love about South Carolina. Everybody's so cool. Yeah. What's up, bro? Y'all want to be on camera? Yeah? Hey, take it easy, bro. It's crazy to see people's reactions when you're on a motorcycle. It's so awesome. And that's the beauty of a lot of the smaller displacement bikes, is that they're so forgiving, you know what I mean? I mean, you can dump the clutch on those bikes and it's not going to be nowhere near as bad as dumping it on this. You'll still be bad, but you could probably get back control of that bike fairly easy. Ooh, look at that house. One of the cool things about these 600cc bikes is that, you know, you got your full power and your low power mode. On a 636, the low power mode only takes away about 30% of the bike's power, and that's still more than enough to overtake a 400 or a 300, you know what I mean? The main issue at hand is that these 600cc bikes are rockets, man. And you have your little body on these rockets, on these machines that can outperform Corvettes. To an extent, anyway. One of the things that I would say kind of sucks starting on a smaller displacement bike is that you got to go through the hassle of selling that bike all over again, and then going through the process of rebuying your next bike. So some people might think, like, you know, why don't I start on this bike and then not have to redo that whole process over again, which is perfectly reasonable. But it boils down to, do you trust yourself on a motorcycle? Do you overall have good judgment on a bike? You got idiots like this. I guess I was going a little fast too. Everybody out on the lake today. Beautiful Lake Murray. For those who know, you know. Another pretty cool thing about the smaller displacement bikes is that, you know, you drop your 600 compared to dropping a 300, I don't think you're going to be that upset, you know, about dropping such a pretty bike. Because trust me, everybody makes mistakes on their first bike, no matter what. This is my second bike, and I've still dropped this bike at least twice. Not even intentional. Like, it could just be something stupid, like you slipping and it's wet outside. Like, it's crazy, man. It's also interesting to see how many people will get a new bike, their first bike at that, and try to keep up with experienced riders. So many people have died and crashed doing that. Like, you'd be surprised. Ride your own ride. That's what it says right here. Ride your way. Ride your way, man. Motorcycles are fun, but they are very dangerous. So I always think it's important to be wary of the first bike that you would love to start on. Oh, Bentley. Because everything seems fun and games until you realize it's too late making these mistakes on these super sports. But most importantly, it's not the end of the world if you do start on a 600 or a 1000. Lots of people do it all the time. But I also know people who have bought 1000s or 600s and then they'll go ahead and sell them, trade them in or whatever, and get them a smaller bike. I think it depends on you. It's your money at the end of the day, your life, your time invested, man. How do you want to live it? I think all motorcycles are cool personally, you know. But for me, if I had to do it all over again, I really think that I would start, I keep it all the same way. I start on my little 400 and work my way up. Because I learned so much on that bike, man. Once you do get a bike, don't be afraid to ask any experienced riders that you may know or see on the street for any little tips and advice. You know, there's always something new to learn. Never get too big-headed, think you know it all and that you can learn yourself, which you can, but if somebody with the experience want to help you out with a few things, take it. Like someone who's been riding on the street for over 2 years, for example, right? But who's never been to the track. If you go to the track, man, you can learn so much more in 3 to 5 days at the track than learning on the street in 2 years. That's how important it is to learn, take your MSF course, go to the track, learn things, take pointers, because there's so much knowledge out there. You can never get enough on these two-wheel machines, man. People have died on 125 cc's, man. Imagine being on a 600. So that's all I ask, just move with caution, ride safe, take your time, ride your own ride. Remember to keep yourself humble on it, man. We all like to ride fast and everything, but at the end of the day, you got family and friends to come home to. Premium was $4 now, man. I got 5 on it. I think it works out to start on a smaller displacement bike too. I really think that you can reach your full potential as a rider on a smaller displacement bike as well. You're just going to feel so comfortable after a while learning on that bike, maneuvering, everything on that bike compared to going into a 600. Imagine learning all of your skills on a smaller bike and then upgrading to that next bike. I think that might be one of the best ways to go. I hope you guys like this video. Please feel free to drop a comment, like, support, subscribe, and share your thoughts on starting on a 600cc motorcycle and what y'all think about it. And if you think it's a good idea. Chill with Key, out.